Hey, what's up guys? It's Anthony from Anthium Gaming, and here I am playing more Dark Souls 2. So this episode we're going to cover who knows what and who knows how long, and it's going to be a fun time. Um, Last we cleared out this area, got the guy up there and all that jazz. So now we're going to enter this mist, long tunnel. Hey guy. Wacha-cha! Oh dear, that was loud. Okay. That's that. Cleared that room out pretty easy. Oh gosh! I did not expect him to be there. Good enemy placement, Dark Souls. This is so vastly different. It's really well done. I like all the boxes piled there that he goes through and everything. That's good. That makes me the happy. Okay, let's grab that item. It's a life gem. Getting some life from that life gem. There we go. You're done with. Oh gosh, they've got archers up there now too. Ah, that way you're never safe. It's really well done. Oh, you. Oof. There we go. Oh, you'll notice my weapon. There's a little red bar below it. That is the weapon durability. Weapon durability goes down now. So that's fun. Every time you rest at a bonfire, the weapon is repaired. So that's good. That's a good way of doing it. Oh, you're already up. Sorry, in the old version, he was sitting down, so you could just waltz right up to him and he wouldn't move. But in this, he's standing right up so that you think you can do that, and then you just get wrecked the way I did. Big ornate door. To bonfire number 2. So now we're going to walk right over here to talk to Melentia, the old hag. She sells a bunch of basic weapons and shit. The club... Oh, club has an A scaling with strength. We could probably do that. Huh. That's something fair to consider. She sells the traveling merchant set, which I believe will raise the number of souls you get. Okay, the hood raises item discovery, which means you have a higher chance of getting an item from doing shit. Other things she sells that are very important are the Pharos' Lockstone, Leningrad's Key, and that fragrant branch of yore over here. And then, of course, she sells some basic spells, so you can get into that shit. And we'll talk to her later on so that she ends up coming back to Majula. And that way we have a merchant in Majula at all times. This is the only door in the game that you can actually break down. And it is dark as shit in here. No! Oh, fuck that. Fuck that, fuck that, fuck that. We're gonna go rest at the bonfire and go at that shit again. That is a Titanite beetle right there, or lizard. It looks like a beetle to me, but I think it's a lizard technically. So, Titanite upgrade materials, right? You get really rare Titanite and shit from killing those. Usually either a decent amount of good basic Titanite, or some of the fancy shit like Twinkling Titanite that is used for upgrading the really fancy weapons. No, no, no. And oh my gosh, fuck me. So I need that to respawn. You can only kill them once, so you can't just farm their materials indefinitely. But like, brr, I need to get that shit. Can I, is there a left-handed, is there a swing that doesn't make me hit the wall like a loser? No! Damn it! Well, this is only slightly infuriating. Well, let's open up this chest. We'll check out the shit in the next room and all that, and then we'll come and pick that up later. Thank you for letting me know there is an enemy on the left here. Oh, I see. That guy gets up. Aha. Good job, game. You so clever. And then here we should get our small white soapstone. Soapstone? And a radiant life gem. Awesome. And then, how the fuck did you get over there? So it's a fun game to just leave messages in ridiculous places because that's just you showing off, saying you got there. Wow, I'm a loser. That's just showing off that you got there. There is a divine blessing up on that branch that I tried to get to but failed to. Divine blessing will just give you max stamina and max HP. It'll just, you know, be a free refill. I don't think I've ever actually used one. Okay. You piece of fucking... Yeah, there we go, finally. And it just gives me 2 Titanite shards. That's 2 that I wouldn't have had before. That's some upgrade materials. That's some power. And there's that divine blessing. Look at me. I'm finally doing well. Okay, so now we're going to pop down. No, we're not. We're going to run the frick-frack over here. Now we're going to clear out this bottom area. I missed. What a whiff. What a phenomenal whiff. Oh, and I see you came to the party. Well, that was almost enjoyable. And I, of course, don't have my second Estus flask because, like a fool, I forgot to trade in the Estus flask shard with the Emerald Herald. That's the lady you level up with and all that shit. Okay, come on. I got this. Boom, bam, boom. You dead. So there's a lot of enemies down in this area. This is nice murder practice, clearing out this spot here. Come on, give me a challenge. Who knows? We might even be able to make it to the boss in this video. I doubt it, but maybe. Oh, we got a Turtle Knight here. Hey, Turtle Knight. Hey, Turtle Knight. Hey, Turtle Knight. Turtle Knight. Hey, Turtle Knight. Oh, dear. Hey, Turtle Knight. Come on. Boom. Turtle Knight dead. So there's a Turtle Knight later in the game, and he's way more difficult to kill than that. Lol. So there used to be a few enemies darted throughout this area that didn't really make sense. In the old version, there were a lot of enemies that were in later areas of the game that shouldn't have been here lore-wise, but it just made sense from a gameplay standpoint to put them there, so they were included. This version, Skull of the First Sin, fixes that. All of the enemy placements are ones that are made according to the lore. So that's one wonderful, wonderful thing about this version, is everything's far more lore accurate. Lore friendly is the correct term. Oh, it's another Turtle Knight! Okay. That is a devastating one just because of how long he sits on that strike. Or sorry, how long he runs at you. It's really, really easy to dodge, and then he'll hit you as you're coming out of your dodge, because while you were dodging away, he kept running. And you can get your shit fucked up right good. And it is just not a pleasant time for ya. Is there anything new over here? There's an item over there. Everything else seems pretty much the same to me. Gotta just shimmy up this ladder. And now we're just gonna loop right back through here. You know, we found the item and stuff just sitting in that spot. Well, here we are. And let's just not fight them. That's like, we could fight them, or we could just not fight them. And just scurry up this ladder. And boom, avoid all the enemies. Because fighting is for manly men, and we are a coward. Okay, let's just roll down here so we can progress a bit. Understand the entire reason we went down there in the first place, the place we were just at, is for a special item called the Fire Longsword. It is a sword that inflicts fire damage, and we will need that for some stuffs later on that you guys will see. That third strike can hit you, fuck you up real nice. So always watch your ass for that one. There should be a couple losers over here. That's fine, just don't trigger. There we go. That got really hairy. I was about to fall off that ledge, and that would have not been pleasant for me. And then we go down here, and there should be that guy. Goodbye, guy. Haha, try stabbing in the back butthole. Stab him in the butthole because you can two-hand your sword and just put it in his butt. Okay, let's drop down here. Start a fight. Hey, bro. What you got, bro? You been sleeping with my girl, bro? I'm gonna fight you, bro. Bet you I can drink more than you, bro. Am I being a good guy who starts fights? Am I doing it right? Bro? Let's drink out of a keg, bro. I'm trying to fit the stereo. Am I doing well? No. Bro? Oh gosh, there's arrows everywhere. I was not prepared for this. Guys, stop shooting the arrows at me. Hey, stop. Here. So there used to actually be a safe distance where you could go and they wouldn't shoot arrows at you because you were far enough away from the only guys who did. So they added an archer, so that you were never safe. Such fun. That water is death, so just know that. Beep boop. And here we have, what's his face?
I'm sorry. I was just daydreaming. My name is
Kale. Mapmaker Kale.
like yourself. I'm navigating the continent to create a map. Why cartography, you ask? Well, it's a good question. When I first came into this forsaken land, it was a curse? Something about a curse? How embarrassing. I seem to have lost my focus. But I do know one thing for certain. I have always been very fond of maps. I came to this land some time ago. Drang Lake, the Lost Kingdom. It sounded so romantic. Have you seen the jewel? Well, there's a rather spacious mansion. I made it my temporary home. Well, as something of a squatter, I'm afraid. Inside the mansion, I found a strange map, like none I've ever seen. I believe that it's a map of Drang Lake. Now I'm traveling the land to prove it. Yes, that's it. That's why I came to the kingdom. That wasn't it. Then what? I don't seem to recall. Were you looking for that map? Wonderful. Then you are fascinated by maps, just like me. Shame on you. You should have told me before. Here, take this. A key to the mansion. What a joy to meet a kindred spirit out here. Incredible, really, isn't it? Such a map to be chiseled in stone. Oh, but one thing. I would not venture deep into the mansion. I can't be certain, but I've heard disturbing noises. Something about it feels wrong. Just be careful, please. I'll be back in the jewel soon. Perhaps we will meet again and discuss maps at our leisure.
Okay, so that's our cartographer, that is our cartographer friend Kale. He likes the maps, and there is the map in Majula Mansion, and it's actually really cool. There's one building in Majula that, had I explored all of them, you would have seen. You cannot enter. He gives you the key for it. So essentially the idea is, you can go in there, there's some loot in there, and there is a genuine map of, Drang Lake, the place in this game. One of the really cool things, he talks about not venturing into the basement. There is a skeleton in the basement running the equipment that is only found in Dark Souls 1. Technically speaking, the equipment exists in both games, but the skeleton, the shield he has, and the sword he has, there are no skeletons in all of Dark Souls 2 that have that configuration of sword and shield. So, the idea is that, oh hey, it's a Dark Souls 1 skeleton. And then this is reinforced by every time you start. Sorry, every time you start a new game plus, you know, another game on top of this one, and everything is amped up difficulty wise, you will find another skeleton down there. And this continues on every single New Game Plus. So on New Game Plus 7, there would be 7 skeletons down there. The one original one, plus 6. So since this game is largely about, you know, every time you bolster the fire with your souls and then the fire dies out again, the idea is that maybe, the theory is those skeletons are your past characters. So just, you know, fun information, fun tidbits of stuff. Okay, we've cleared out that entire bottom area. Now to progress forward. I am clearing out all of the extra areas first. And then, of course, you know, progressing to get all the other stuff. Okay, Turtle Knight, come on. Come on, Turtle Knight. Turtle. Well, that's good. He broke those. So those are fire barrels. And for whatever reason, I believe Turtle Knight inflicts fire damage, or just inflicts enough general damage to set them off, which, I guess, sure. So the idea is, you know, you fight him here, he accidentally just love taps one of the barrels with his big ol' hammer, and it sets them all off, and you die in a big explosion of fire. Woo. And then there's, of course, this prick. Let's see if he drops anything fun. Or he could just drop through the floor. That is also a thing I was okay with happening, I guess. Oh gosh. Speaking of fire, he's throwing fire bombs. That, as you may guess, would also set off the thing. So here's the reason we wanted fire longsword. Because we don't actually need to use it, we don't care to use it, we actually don't have a high enough dexterity to use it, but there's all... Get the fuck out. There's all of these right here, which we can smack, which we can smack to reveal this huge hole in the wall, and just like that, we have a shortcut back to the main bonfire. Let's sit down here. Let's actually travel back to Majula. That is totally the wrong spot. Did I rest at the Majula bonfire? I may have forgotten to light the Majula bonfire. So let's go do that. Oops. Let's unequip this piece of shit, too. So we were using, what, the broadsword. Cool. Because, like I said, we cannot use that. We do not have a high enough dexterity rating. And there's our little message. Hurrah for sadness. Majula, how I love you. Do. So after I light this bonfire, I'm going to do a few things. One, we're going to go up to that tower there, that big old monument. And we're going to talk about some cool stuff. Just some game design stuff, which as you guys can see, yeah, I didn't like that at all. Which, as you guys can see, I like to talk about. So, one thing right off the bat, it'll show right here. Nothing? Okay, well that isn't working, I guess. It normally would show how many people on your console have died. How many people, you know, on this one on the PS4 have died. How many deaths there have been worldwide. So, that's fun. So the other thing I'm here to show you guys is how this game, it's gorgeous. It really is. How this game plays with a sense of scale. So the idea is that as you traverse through Dranglaic, you're traversing through huge, massive, a full country, a full continent, really. And obviously, you don't actually walk for that long. That would be hell. You know, just walking through a forest for months. So, they have really short shortcuts and things like that underground. That way, they can play with things like the place we were just at that took us, 20, 30 minutes to walk to. Is that off in the distance, way over there? That castle right there is supposed to be where we just were. And then you'll see a place we go to later in the game that is called Hade's Tower of Flame. And it's that shit way the frick frack out there. And it's just a nice monument to how this game really fucks around with scale. Don't worry about him, he's lame. And it manages to condense this huge continent into a really nice manageable game area. So we open this up, that's Leningrad's key. That way with this guy right here, Leningrad, can get back to working on his blacksmithing. So after your next bonfire rest, he will be in here, hammering away at the forge, and you can have him upgrade your weapons for you. And we have a bow. So last thing I want to do in Majula before we head back to main game is going to be the Majula Mansion, which we got the key for from Kale. So we go right in here. Nice little area right here. And then we've got our study. So gorgeous. We should have an item right back here. Yep. A Pharos' Lockstone. So Pharos, lore-wise, fancy guy who made tons of traps and contraptions and shit like that. And he went throughout all of Dranglaic setting these things up. So you'll find Pharos contraptions and stuff, and the locks on them are these big, what look like horrified faces, I guess. And you just insert a Pharos Lockstone into those, and good things tend to happen. So that's why those are really, really nice to have around. We got a chest right here. Titanite shard, 3 Titanite shards and 3 torches in there. We don't need torches by any means, but we do need Titanite shards, so 3 of those is going to be really nice. Help us sleep at night. Understand, upgrade materials are fairly difficult to come by usually, so you really hold on to every single one. This is the map! This is the super cool map of Dranglaic that Kale is so hype about. Looks great, don't it? And I believe Majula is right over... here? Sure, right here. I don't know. Fuck it. And now we're going to do exactly the opposite of what Kale told us to and venture directly into the basement. And here is the skeleton. So that skeleton's running a scimitar and I believe a buckler. I can't remember exactly what weapon and armor set it has. But that is a weapon and armor set that is only on skeletons from the original Dark Souls. So just fun info. Fun little tidbits of stuff. Another Estus Flask Shard. That's number 2 of them. And then right in here there will be a chest, which I can't remember what's in this chest. I think it's vessel. Oh dear, did not mean to do that. Soul vessel. Yep. So what we can do with soul vessels is we can go back to the old ladies way back in the beginning of the game, We can give it to them, and they will let us redo all our level up points. All the points we put into our level ups, we can just reallocate all of them. So it's really nice. A lot of people save them for their New Game Plus run-throughs. That way, even though they've spent so much time leveling up all their stats towards one build, they can start up their New Game Plus, their second time through, and go right back to a different build. Or, sorry, right to a different build. That way, you know, you can play one as Dex, one as Strength, etc., etc. So we now have 2 Estus Flash Shards because we forgot to give one to her. So we're going to give both those right now, and then we're going to have 3 Estus Flasks. Fun times, fun times. What sword is that? Oh, it's gone now. Okay. And we may as well level up. Why the hell not? So we're going for a big strength build. We can go with... we can go with endurance to give us more stamina, or just raw strength to be a total big buff guy. Or we could just... 1 index, 2 index so we can... 1... Bah. Yeah, we'll just buff strength to 15, throw 1 index so that we can wield more weapons. That'll be good. Cool, cool. So at that point, we've got pretty much everything set up so that we can go in. We can... Oh, that's so cool. So we can go in and fight the boss, take him out pretty easy. Don't worry, we're not too far off from him. We'll easily get to him next episode and kill him off. We've just done some leveling up, some basic BS this episode. And next time we tackle the boss. The last giant. El Gigante. Oh, secrets? Awesome. No, wait, sorry, there's actually a penalty to dying. I'm not just going to dive off the edge. Yeah. So, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, whatever. This is Anthony from Anthium, and I am out.